Today we've got a fairly generous helping of rules for these new Primaris Outrider bikes. They have 4 wounds, bolt rifles, and extra attacks on the charge. Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics, the strategy focused 40k channel, where we've been going through the leaks to the Indomitus box as they've been coming out. Today Warhammer community has graced us with more information, both on their main website and on their Twitch stream, about these rugged new bikers that are coming out in the Indomitus box. In the background, these Outriders ride Raider pattern combat bikes, scouting out ahead of the Primaris army, and when battle is joined, perform lightning fast hit and run attacks, much like cavalry of old. In the result of a victory, they are often used to rout enemy formations and chase down those fleeing the Emperor's justice. We have, however, got quite a few rules for them now. They've been a fair bit more generous than they have with some of the other reveals. First up, they've revealed their full stat line to us, which is pretty helpful, and in all honesty they're slightly chunkier than I was expecting. They've got a 14-inch move like the standard bikes now, weapon skill and ballistic skill 3+, strength 4, toughness 5, a mighty 4 wounds, so these guys are going to be even tougher than Inceptors, 2 attacks, leadership 7, and a 3+ save. 4 wounds is really quite good. It's going to be resistant to anything that's flat damage 3, such as thunderhammers or any manner of ranged weapons, and I'm quite glad to see a pretty tanky profile on these guys. Biker style armies in 8th edition have been hampered a bit, as they've been pretty fragile point for point, and tend to die quite early before accomplishing much. Hopefully these guys should be able to rectify that somewhat, particularly if you combo them with various other chapters, such as Iron Hands for 6+ Feel No Pain on top of that, or perhaps Raven Wing to be able to access a 4+ invul save when they jink. In terms of their Wargear, they have twin bolt rifles at the front. I did suspect as much, but it's nice to have them confirmed that they're not just twin bolters. And if bolter discipline stays the same as it is now, then it means that these guys will be putting out 4 shots at a mighty 30 inches. They're going to have a pretty ludicrous threat range in combination with that very long move. I suspect that it is just going to be locked to those things. I don't think there's any indication that they're going to let us swap them out for things like auto bolt rifles, which might be a better thing if we wanted them advancing, particularly if you were playing White Scars or something. On top of that, they also have heavier bolt pistols and Astartes chainswords. I don't suspect that the pistols will fire all that much unless they're in a protracted combat or something, but I'm sure those Astartes chainswords will get put to good use. Again, one of the issues with bikes at the moment, particularly the Space Marine ones, is they're incredibly fast, but not actually all that hard-hitting when they use their good movement to get into combat. Games Workshop have said that the Astartes chainswords will be a bit better than the standard chainswords throughout the galaxy. My hunch is that they're going to be AP-1 weapons now rather than AP-0, but I guess they could add a bit of strength or have some other special rule like exploding 6s or something. In any case, they're going to be getting a lot of attacks on the charge, as they have a devastating charge ability that gives them +2 attacks when they make contact. I'm afraid I'm not 100% certain if this will stack with Shock Assault or not, but in any case, if you combine that with the biker's base attacks and their chainsword, then it means they're going to be having at least 5 attacks, maybe 6, and then +1 on the sergeant as well, so compared with standard bikers they should be hitting incredibly hard indeed. I'm sure this is just what the Raven Wing and White Scars players out there will be wanting, with some souped up bikers all ready to put fleeing enemies to the sword. Also from the Twitch stream they have confirmed that they'll be able to auto-advance 6 inches, just like standard bikers can now. Again, that's going to be particularly relevant in White Scars. It shouldn't be very hard to get a first turn charge with these guys. Zooming up the board a massive 20 inches should put you within charge range of the enemy deployment zone. I'm very interested to find out what the points cost of these guys are going to be. I think comparisons are going to be drawn with Primaris Inceptors. They have a very similar defensive profile, fast movement, and decent anti-infantry firepower. These guys are a little bit tougher, their shooting isn't quite as good but it's far longer range, and they're a fair bit better in melee. I personally hope that the Games Workshop manages to get their points right relative to the Inceptors, as if they price either one of those too low, then the one could invalidate the other. In any case, it all looks good for the Outriders from my point of view so far. A very respectable amount of wounds, extra attacks, and extra damage on the charge, and confirmed to be bolt rifles. Looks like that these will be fun to play in 9th edition. There's just so many synergies from the Raven Wing and the White Scars armies that completely revolve around bikes, and I certainly hope that these guys will be able to make the most of them. Really hope that we're going to be able to take them in units greater than 3 as well. I think it would be a shame if they were locked that way like suppressors or eliminators. So let me know what you think of these guys down in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe to Auspex Tactics if you'd like to see more 9th edition news as it comes out. And if you'd like to support the channel, I'd just like to mention that I have an Element Games affiliate link down in the description below. Basically, if you were thinking about buying in any model soldiers in the near future, then if you order them through there in the UK, a bit of the money goes to Auspex Tactics without costing you any more. They're a very good retailer, they give 10 to 20% discounts, and they've always been very reliable from a customer service point of view for me. I have a similar link for Amazon in the USA and Canada. Again, they stock pretty much all Games Workshop's products. So if you were thinking about buying some models over the internet, then that's one way that you can help support the channel if you'd like to. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.